Question number 8, Melissa Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Social Housing and asks, what announcements has she made about the government increasing support for emergency housing?
Well, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Well, Mr. Speaker, yesterday I was pleased to announce a funding boost of more than $300 million for emergency housing so that more vulnerable New Zealanders can get the help that they need. We have the funding to pay for an extra 1,400 places at any one time, which will be, I must say, an ambitious goal. But we have a cross-agency team set up to secure and build suitable properties. This is just another step in the government's comprehensive plan to secure more emergency, social and affordable housing.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Melissa Lee.
To the Minister, how will the $300 million be spent?
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Well, Mr. Speaker, the first thing we need to do is actually build the supply because we've already paid for the current beds that are available. So $120 million is in capital funding to build. I'm looking forward to Phil Twyford's question, to build, buy and lease as many houses as that will get us. $71 million is in rental subsidies, which will be going to a number of providers to pay for the rent.
Order. Order. Some of us might want to listen to the answer. The Honourable Paula Bennett, does she wish to continue?
Certainly I do, Mr. Speaker, because the good news is that we're also putting $102 million into the wraparound support for those tenants. So that is a component that manages the actual tenancy, but also works on some of the issues that people might have around budgeting, debt, some counselling services, so that we can stabilise them, put them into permanent housing and then stick with them, and also some funding for frontline staff.
Supplementary question, Melissa Lee.
To the Minister, what other proposals has she seen to fund emergency housing?
Well, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Paula Bennett.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I have seen another proposal which also claims to provide 1,400 new emergency housing beds, but it's only worth $15 million a year. This is because it doesn't pay to find new supply, which is the main problem, or for the much-needed wraparound services that these tenants desperately need. So one policy equates to $67 million over 4.5 years, and ours, of course, is fully funded. I suggest you get your numbers right, Phil.
Order. Supplementary question, Phil Twyford.
How much of the $300 million announced yesterday is recycling the $500 million the government has taken out of Housing New Zealand in dividends? And to what extent has the sudden discovery of a housing crisis been influenced by the Mount Roskill by-election?
Well, Mr. Speaker.
Order. Order. The Honourable Paula
Well, Mr.
Bennett.
Speaker, unlike the other side, I'm not playing politics with these people's lives. I'm actually doing something about it. So that $300 million, quite frankly, we're actually the first government to ever have stepped in and funded emergency housing beds. So while Labor ignored it, we're actually doing something about it.
Order. 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 Order.